Hey guys, so I have been meaning to start doing these and I have completely failed at it, so I'm kind of backtracking. One of the new memes that I'm doing on site is book tags. So pretty sure it's Thursday. Every Thursday, I bring you a new set of book tags that I find online and give you links to books via Amazon and stuff. But I wanted to start doing videos for them, and I haven't since done that. So much stuff has happened this past 2 months, and I'm finally getting around to it now. So my new friend Lucas the Spider is here to help me out. These were from Teespring. They finally came. Unfortunately, he doesn't work. His sound box is dead, and then his stomach decided to split open, so I did a lot of sewing yesterday. So that was fun, but he's still really cute. So he's going to help me out today. So what this video is books that I think should get a second chance. So it is either books that have been turned into movies that didn't do very well, or they did very well, and they've just cut so much stuff out of it that I think that it would be kind of nice for somebody else to pick it up and redo it. I am missing a few books out of this because I'm also going to be doing books that I think should have adaptations, and then a couple, I think there's two books on the end that have actually been turned into movies that are coming out soon that I can't wait to see. Alright, so the books that I'm missing are Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. I know that the first one did pretty well, but the second one bombed. I really think that book should get a second chance via... I think it would work better as maybe a TV series because they could kind of slow it down and take the time to do what they need. The other one that I am missing that I have no idea where it is over here is Twilight. Of course, Twilight did not bomb whatsoever, but they still did cut a lot of stuff out of it. I think that one is another one that would really work a lot better as a TV series, and hopefully they could go past what the last book did. It would be nice to see, I don't know, 10 years in the future where Renesmee is grown up and she's marrying Jacob, and I don't know, they're having their own kids or something, or they're getting married. And by that time, I don't know, maybe the whole entire city of Forks knows everything that's going on. So, they've been, they're out of the closet, so to say. I know there was one more, but for the life of me, it just popped completely out of my head. Oh, Beautiful Creatures. I was one of the people that I did not care for the books to the Beautiful Creatures series because I only ever read the first book, but it was really slow counting down the days to her birthday, and then just all of a sudden it started skipping, I think weeks at a time, and it was just really weird on how they sped it up all of a sudden. I really think that that's another one that would be a really good reboot as a TV series because the series is so large. Those books are really, really massive, and it would just give them a chance to put more stuff into it than what we got in the movie. I did like the movie, and I really kind of like the changes, but for the most part, I think that it could have been a lot better. Alright, so first up on my list over here, the first one is Eragon. I still have not read this book. It is on the bottom of my TBR. I split up my TBR shelf between review books with ARCs, review books and finished copies, and then books that I've gotten in book boxes, and then stuff that I've purchased. So I am starting that now. Actually, I think you can go onto social media on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and you can vote on 2 separate books, and every single week is going to be different. Right now I'm doing older ARCs that I'm just trying to finish out so I can get rid of them if I don't want them and keep them if I do, and so you guys can vote there. If you go to all 4 places, well, if you do all 3 places on my social media and then you go comment on site on the link for that'll post Monday, you'll actually automatically win a swag pack, and that's open to everybody, so awesome. Alright, so Eragon, I've never read this book. This book is really thick, and I actually really kind of liked the movie. I think parts of it were kind of cheesy, but I think that if somebody picked up Eragon again in this day and age with all of the amazing special effects and stuff that we have now, I think that it would do a lot better. And hopefully people have learned that some things just shouldn't be cut out or changed. So this book is 497 pages. It's a big book. All right, so this one I heard that they changed a lot of stuff. Like, it didn't even remotely look anything like the actual book that was published. So I think that hopefully by now, directors and stuff and screenwriters have learned that, you know, what makes this book amazing and made it sell so much are the things that you need to keep, and you shouldn't be changing that. I mean, I know I use Outlander as an example. I mean, they've changed very few things in it, and they worked hand in hand with the author, and look how amazing Stars has made at the series of Outlander. It's amazing. I love that series. Okay, so the next one is, of course, another one that has already had 2 different adaptations that both bombed. The movie of City of Bones, I think that that one really bombed because they tried to take a higher young adult novel and turn it more into a PG-13 middle grade movie. So they added a lot of just silly stuff with like the water ball things coming out of the portal to hit people in the faces, and I don't know what was going on with Claire and her eyebrows. It looks like she's got like 2 caterpillars on her face. And I know a lot of people had issues with the actor that they chose for Jace. Personally, I was one of those because I kind of think he looks like a girl. But when you went into the TV series, they aged the characters, which I actually thought that was a good choice. But they made kind of bad choices. You know, the production team didn't do very well with the special effects. It looked really weird. It did win, I think, what was it, the People's Choice Awards or something for the best new series or something like that, which was really sad because at that point it had been canceled, and we still had the last section of this season coming out, I think, the beginning of next year to round up the whole thing. But I'm really kind of sad that it didn't do well. I kept hoping that they were going to start working with the author and make it what it should be, but it just never happened. So I really think that this needs to be picked up by somebody that kind of knows what they're doing. This should be on maybe a premium channel, Netflix, you know, even the CW, I think, could do a really good job with this if they worked with the author and stopped changing so much stuff. Because, I mean, these are one of the most read books ever. It's a gigantic series. I know the last one just came out from her, what was it, the first spinoff I think it's the 3rd spinoff, something like that, for Queen of Air and Darkness. And, now we've got like a whole bunch of other ones coming out, and Magnus and Alec are having their own series. Was it the Red Scrolls or something? And so this is really one series that I think somebody needs to get a hold of it, fall in love with it, and actually make it what it needs to be. You know, stop taking away Clary's glory of killing the Ravager demon in the first couple of chapters. You know, let her do her thing. Let her shine. You know, don't let Jace save her, because it's not what happens in the book. And it's like, I understand that some things have to be changed, but integral things like that, what does it matter? You know, she saved herself. Let her do that. And especially in this day and age, we need as many high-empowered women as we can get. So this one I think would be another great series for TV. Even Hulu, because I mean, look what Hulu did with The Handmaid's Tale. You know, I just think that somebody really needs to get a hold of it that really loves the book as it is and see if they can do something a lot better. I didn't make 2 stacks over here. Okay, so the next one is another one from Stephanie Meyer, and this is, of course, The Host. And she hasn't even finished book 2 to this, which was supposed to come out like ages ago. I did like the movie to this, but the way that it was done, of course, we were left on that major cliffhanger, and it made me very sad. I actually really loved this book, And I was so sad that it didn't do very well. I think this one's signed, actually. But yeah, I liked this movie. As it sits, I mean, it was really good, but I still think that this needed a sequel, and it could have been better. Taking all these gigantic books and then cutting it down. So the next one, of course, is another one that did amazing, Harry Potter. Love Harry Potter, don't get me wrong. I still have not read all of these. I've only read The Prisoner of Azkaban. I know I'm a horrible person. Excuse me. But I think this is another one of those series that could be an amazing TV series where they don't cut out as much stuff, because I know that, like, you know, Harry falls in love with Ginny, but Ginny's in, what, like 3 movies? We really don't get to see her much, like, at all. So it'd be kind of nice to redo it and then just add, you know, keep more stuff that's integral to the story. And maybe go further, you know, to his kids, or go, you know, before with Voldemort or something like that. So the next one is one that, of course, we're never getting the last movie to this series because they wanted to turn it into a TV series, and that's, or a TV movie, and that's not what they signed up for, which I fully understand. So I guess on one hand, if you read the Divergent books and you didn't like the ending, and I'm gonna talk about the ending. So if you haven't read these and you don't want spoiled, I'll put down the book when the spoilers are done. All right. So of course, in the end of Allegiant, Triss dies because she's been shot, and you know, in real life, if you get shot, the chances are, depending on where you're shot, you were more than likely going to die. So I kind of liked it that it was more real. The ending felt more real because she died. And she didn't just miraculously get saved, and, you know, the world still went on without her. You know, because I think that was a really good ending. So if you watch the movies, of course, that never happened because we didn't get the last movie. So I really think that this one could be redone as a movie. And as long as they keep closer to the series and don't try and split up the last book into 2 to make more money, I think that it can do pretty much well. It'll do pretty well. This is, again, one of, like, the best series out there, other than that ending that people didn't care for, but really good. Really, really good. The next one, this is one that bombed, the Vampire Academy series. This one, I think they just kind of set themselves up for failure. If you haven't seen this movie, go look it up, because the guy that she's supposed to fall in love with is supposed to be in his, like, late 20s. But what they did to this actor, they made him look older than me, and I'm, like, 36, and they made him look like he was in his late 40s. It was crazy. I'm not sure why or what they were thinking at that point, but no. no, it didn't work out at all. I mean, the actor himself, I looked it up a while back ago when the movie first came out, and I could not believe what this actor looked like before they got a hold of him. I mean, he didn't even look that old. I mean, he didn't look that good, but he didn't look that old. So that was insane. But this is another one I think could be a really great movie series. And I mean, there's like a whole bunch of books. So it could be like Harry Potter, you know, get tons and tons of movies out of it. They just need to do it correctly. I love the girl they had to play Rose Hathaway. I think she fit everything to the bill. I don't think you couldn't pick anybody better than her. Like, seriously. I don't remember what her name is, but she was perfect. It was just everybody else that just, it didn't work out. Kind of nice. I've got some of these that are right where they're supposed to be. All right, so the next couple books are going to be books that I wish had adaptions. So the first one of those is To Hang a Witch by, see if I can't butcher her name today, Adrena Mather. This is about witches, of course, and this girl's being haunted by this guy, and I don't remember much else. But it goes through this stuff that she has to, like, connect with her past. but she is the descendant of somebody from the witch trials that hung the witches or burned the witches, something like that, and in Salem. Yeah, Cotton Mather. Okay. Let's see. It's been a while since I read this, but it was really, really good. And then there's a second one where she's on the Titanic, which is even better. So, definitely something to check out, even if it never gets turned into a movie. Definitely something to read. This was such a good duology. I hope we get another one. I know I'm not much help for that one. One of the books that I wish had an adaptation, but I don't have because it's been packed, is Shifting by Bethany Wiggins. That is still one of the most heart-wrenching books that I've ever read, where by the end of it, you are screaming at the book, no, don't do this, and you're crying, and you have all the feels, and the world is just ending, and you just don't know what to do, and then everything kind of works out, and you're just like, oh, yay! And it never got picked up as a sequel or a series, which really makes me sad. There's only one book to it. I still keep telling everybody, like, okay, go get a copy of this book wherever you can, read it, and then start tweeting to the publisher and the author that, hey, we need a series out of this, because this book is so amazing. It's so amazing. It's definitely higher YA. So what happens is this girl is in the foster care system, and she doesn't know it, but she's a shifter. And it's one of the best shifting books that I've read, because it's set in, more reality, and it just kind of works. Well, she ends up falling for this boy, of course, and he thinks by the end that she is one of the bad shifters who is actually after her. And so he goes to kill her, and it just kind of goes from there. And it was really good. Really good. Definitely check it out. So the next one I think should be they get an adaptation is Incarnate by Jodi Meadows. This is a world where everybody that is born remembers all their past lives, but yet this girl doesn't, so she's considered a new soul, I think, if I remember correctly. Yes, new soul. It's been a long time since I read this, and I read this as an early EARC, so apparently like the whole ending had been updated and changed, so I don't even know how this one ends now. Next one that I think should get an adaptation is The 100th Queen by Emily King. I love this book. This series was amazing. I still need to get the last one, but this was so good. Oh my god. So good. It was so good. So this one deals with magic and women warriors, and I think this one would be a really good movie. One as a movie. One of the other ones that I don't have because it's packed is The Black Witch by Laurie Forrest. That is another one that is really for our time right now, with all of the things dealing with racism and acceptance and immigration and all of that, because the book really lies heavy upon those topics. And unlike a lot of books where the main character is already accepting of the world around them, this girl isn't. For life of me, I don't remember what her name is, but she doesn't really accept people by their actions or anything. Is just how they look. When she sees the two, I don't remember what they're called, but they're kind of like gargoyles type thing, the way they look, and she automatically doesn't like them. She fears them, and she doesn't want to be near them, and she doesn't want to share a room with them or anything. And it's a really nice story for the fact that, over the course of the very thick book, she learns acceptance for other people, and learns that the way that she was raised and her beliefs may not be the right way. So it's really nice to see that in a book. I know that title had a lot of controversy surrounding it, but it's like, did you guys actually even read the book? Did you just read the first couple of pages or something and just think, oh, hey, this is racist, and just put it down and forgot about it? When you actually sit down and read the book, she has a lot of growth through the entire series, actually, of where she started to where she ends. And it was such a really good story, and a very eye-opening story. It's got a whole bunch of magical creatures in it, and lots of fighting and dragons, and definitely something to check out. And book 2's out right now, too. The Iron Flower. So the next one I think should get an adaptation is And I Darken. This is one that I think would probably work better as a TV series because this deals with a gender bend of Vlad the Impaler, where now he is a girl. I think don't remember what her name is. I'm horrible at names. Oh, Lada. It's Lada. So, this one deals with her being very young up until the time that I think she's 16, if I remember correctly. So it really follows her through a while. There's 3 books of this series. I think this one, each one could, each season could be her, aging a little bit here and there. And then by the end of season, maybe 3 or 4, then she's 16, then it can go on to the next book. This is so involved that I think that they would have a lot of content to be able to do that with that. Yeah, my computer keeps wanting to go dark. The next one is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. This is the first book by Holly Black that I liked. I've tried almost all of her other stories. I think I still have one in my massive totes of TBR that I still need to get to, but this is about the Fae. We haven't really had any new TV series or movies dealing with the Fae. If I remember correctly, none of them come to mind. So I think this would be definitely something to bring out soon, just for the fact that we have, Queen of Shadows is going to be coming to Hulu or something, who knows when, from Sarah J. Maas, and I think it would be a great time to start bringing out the Fae. This is very brutal, it's very dark, definitely higher YA. The book 2 is coming out next month. It was really good. Definitely make sure to pre-order it. I know I did. But yeah, definitely something to check out, even if you haven't liked your previous books. Oh, this one is another one that I thought needed a reboot. I'm number 4. I couldn't find my actual copy of the first book because it's over behind me in the cave right there. And I can't reach anything. Ouch. Ooh. Pinch myself. So this one was a movie, and they cut out a ton of stuff, but I think they did really good with it. I don't know why it bombed, because I have actually read the book to I'm Number 4. I think I read that this year or last year. Pretty sure I read that this year. And I mean, other than just small tweaking things, they really didn't change all that much. Like, not really. Like, some people died in different areas, and if I remember correctly, they didn't have the big battle that they had in the movie. But other than that, it's very subtle changes. So personally, I think they did a really good job with the movie. I think that this would be another one that would be a good TV series versus a movie. Unless the movie people are in for the long haul, because of course you've got all these lost files that they could add in and all the other stuff. So I think this one would be a good TV series. So we are now down to 2 movies that are coming out that I can't wait for. The first one is Mortal Engines. This one is actually coming out this week. I'm supposed to be interviewing about this, talking about this book on a mom blog later this week as well, so we're actually watching this tomorrow night in 3D. I've seen a lot of people talk about it. I'm actually hoping to sit down and read this sometime today. I have to finish Throne of Glass, and then speed through this, and then read Crown of whatever book 2 is called. Can you see it? Crown of Midnight. Because that's for book club on Sundays. So, really excited to go see this. I mean, this book is not very thick. This is what, like 300 pages? 296 pages. So, I'm really excited to see what they've done. This is not a series that I had ever heard of before seeing the trailer. I do think that in today's world, her being scarred really comes into play for basically our world of vanity. You know, I mean, there's new makeup tutorials every 5 seconds, and on this, I mean, she's got this big scar on her face, but yet she isn't letting it stop her. And I remember a couple days ago, we were out, and Anna Reese had asked me about this lady's face, that half of her face was red, and she wouldn't know what it was. I'm like, well, it's called a port wine stain. And it's basically just pigmentation that showed up. I don't exactly know how it works. I just know it's a pigmentation. And she said it looked really pretty. And I just kind of thought that was kind of interesting. I knew a lady years ago that she had the same thing, but hers was kind of weird because it was across her eyes. And she's like, well, if I ever decide to become a superhero, she already has a mask. So that was her running joke, and it was really pretty. I'm like, you need to do, I don't know, like tribal photos or something, because it was gorgeous. It was so pretty. So I think that this one, dealing with her facial disfiguration, you can pretty much call it, I think that will really come into play to make this a really good movie, hopefully, if it doesn't suck. I'm interested to see how they've changed the movie to the book once I read it, and I will let you know my thoughts later. So the other one that I can't wait to see, this one is out next year, and this is 5 Feet Apart, and this deals with two people that have this lung disease. I don't know what it's called. Does it say? It does not say. Of course not. It's like CFS or C. It's some kind of abbreviation thing for it. But basically, they can't be within 5 feet of another person because they could get their germs, and then they can't get a new set of lungs. This trailer is adorable. I love this cover. It's so gorgeous. More than likely, this book is going to make me cry. I know it. I can feel it. They said it was for, fans of John Green and The Fault in Our Stars, and I'm just like, I'm going to cry during this, I know it. But I love this cover so much. It's so pretty. So I'm really excited to go see this one. Alright, well, that is everything for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments a few books that you want to see get a new adaptation, books you want to have an adaptation for, and a book that you know is coming out as an adaptation and you want to see it. Alright, and I will pick somebody out here in a few days to win a swag pack. And it is open to everybody because I have lots of swag packs already stamped and ready to go. I just have to put an address on it. Alright, well, that is it for today. I'm going to go finish Throne of Glass and watch the rest of the Elsewhere universe thing from the crossover for Arrow and Supergirl and The Flash, which is hilarious. Oh my god. Even if you don't watch this series, you should go watch this 3-part crossover because you will laugh so much. Oh my god. There is nothing like hearing Oliver Green in the Flash's costume telling somebody that you have failed the city. It's very funny. Alright, well, I'm out of here. I will see you guys later. I'm gonna go. He's gonna be cropping up in book pictures here from now on because he's adorable. And it's the only spider that I will ever love other than Eragon from Harry Potter. It was funny last night because we went to the movies and we went to the bathroom and Anne-Reese had hers with her and she covered up his eyes because he wasn't allowed to see in the bathroom because he's a boy. And these ladies were in there and they were just cracking up laughing. And right now Anne-Reese has a cold, so she's got like the raspy voice and it just makes it sound so much cuter. Yeah, it's horrible. Alright, well, we will catch you guys later. Bye.